Welcome to Wisdom in Pages. There are books that shape the world, books that inspire revolutions, shift paradigms, and unlock hidden truths. And then, there are books so dangerous that those in power try to erase them from existence. Some were burned, others were banned. A few even got their authors jailed or worse. But why? What is written in their pages that makes them such a threat? Every banned book has a story. But some aren't just censored, they are erased. The people who wrote them were silenced, their words deemed too dangerous for public eyes. Sometimes it was because they revealed too much. Other times it was because they dared to question the unquestionable. Today, we uncover the story of one such book, a book that challenged authority, questioned the status quo, and paid the price for it. But be warned, once you know what's inside, you can't unsee it. Chapter 1. The book that shook the system. Imagine a book so controversial that owning a copy could get you arrested. A book so feared that it wasn't just banned, it was hunted. Throughout history, the most dangerous books were never just stories. They were ideas that those in power could not allow to spread. Ideas that made people think for themselves, question authority, and challenge the world as they knew it. This book was one of them. The moment it was published, it sent shockwaves through society. It was no ordinary book. It contained thoughts and truths that, if widely known, could disrupt entire institutions. Its words resonated with those who felt oppressed, those who had long suspected they were being misled. And that made it an immediate target. Authorities wasted no time. Copies were seized. Libraries were raided. Booksellers were threatened. The goal was simple: make it disappear. And for the author, the punishment was swift. Because in a world controlled by those who decide what is true, telling the wrong truth can be the most dangerous act of all. Chapter 2. The words that led to jail. The author knew the risk. Writing this book was an act of defiance, a declaration of war against those who controlled the narrative. They weren't just publishing words, they were pulling back the curtain, revealing something that wasn't meant to be seen. At first, the book circulated in secret. It was whispered about, passed from hand to hand, hidden in the folds of coats and the backs of dusty bookshelves. But it was impossible to keep such a thing contained. Word spread. More and more people got their hands on it. And as the book gained momentum, the reaction was swift. Authorities acted quickly. The book was outlawed, its copies confiscated and destroyed. Those caught with it faced consequences. Some were fined. Others were arrested. A few simply disappeared. But no punishment was as severe as the one faced by its creator. The author was hunted, charged, and thrown in prison. Some say they were tortured, forced to recant their words. Others claim they were never seen again. But here's the thing about dangerous ideas: once they are spoken, they cannot be unsaid. Once a truth is revealed, it cannot be forgotten. And so, despite their efforts to silence it, the book lived on. Chapter 3. Why they don't want you to read it. History is full of books that were declared dangerous. Some challenged religious doctrine. Others exposed political corruption. Some dared to discuss science that went against the accepted beliefs of the time. But the most dangerous books, they are the ones that reveal how much we don't know. The ones that show us the gaps in our understanding, the inconsistencies in what we've been told. This book was one of them. And that is why they erased it. Governments don't fear fiction. They don't fear stories. What they fear is knowledge that could change how people think, knowledge that could make people question the rules they have been forced to follow. Censorship is never about protecting people. It's about controlling them. So the real question is, what else are they hiding? Chapter 4. The price of knowing. There is a reason books like this vanish. Not because they are false, but because they are true. Somewhere, right now, There are books disappearing from shelves, articles being deleted, stories being rewritten, and most people will never even notice. But you, now, you know that there was a book so powerful, so dangerous, that those in power did everything they could to erase it. And the only question left is, will you dare to read it? Because once you do, there's no going back. Final thought, a test. There are things you once knew that you have now forgotten. Not because you wanted to, but because someone made you. A book you swore you read. A news story you remember vividly, but can no longer find. A piece of art that once existed, but now, even in your own mind, is starting to fade. If you can't name it, does that mean it was never real? Or does it mean they already got to you?